Hello everyone, I have been working on the base as I said I would do. So what I've been experimenting with is a pathway here from this side of nothing to this side of nothing. What we're doing right now may seem like insignificant to you, but we're actually gathering an unobtainable. What? Yeah, I know. So wooden slabs have a very interesting history in the game, and I wanted to go over them in this episode. Wooden slabs, you think of them as these wooden planks, and they're great. They're great. They help add depth to your builds. But wait a minute, when you try to go mine them with an axe, it doesn't work. Oh wait, a pickaxe works better. I wonder why. Well, that's because the game functioned on data values. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what data values are, the short answer is essentially they are number values that allow the game to recognize something within the game. So for example, these are recognized as wooden planks, but they are falling under the same category as stone slabs. And the reason that the game does this is to condense the amount of code used, because this and stone slabs use the same code of how they behave when you place them in the world. The only thing that changes is what texture is displayed. So what does that mean for future versions? Well, later on in Minecraft, since they added more wood types, they actually ended up removing this because they wanted to make the wooden planks or wooden slabs act exactly like wooden planks do. And to do that, they had to create a new block with new behaviors. So that's why they went ahead and removed this feature. And because these guys keep the stone data value, they have one very unique property. They don't burn. I know, right? Normally, if you light stuff on fire, it's gonna catch fire, and that is no good, Your whole house could burn down if you light a fire by accident. And I always carry flint and steel, but these will not burn. So I was thinking we actually build a good portion of the museum out of these guys because they don't burn and because it would show off a cool usage of them. So yeah, we're gonna have to build out of these. Alright guys, so I've installed our first non-flammable wall. It's very plain. I was thinking on this side what we would do is have like lava falls in the middle here to show that it's non-flammable. Yeah, so there that is. That's a little bit nicer. It needs some work still. I think we'd put an overhang here. But yeah, it definitely feels a little bit better, more filled up and building like. So yeah, now what we got to do is, well, work on this thing. Breaking unbreakable blocks is no strange thing to any Minecraft veteran. In fact, it's been around for a long time. And back in the early stages of Minecraft, there was also exploits to do it. And this right here is one of them. So this is a somewhat reorganized version of what JL made back in the day. And so I'm going to show you this. So we one tick this piston in, then we get this right here, and we place some water right here. And if we destroy that, look at that, it's gone. JL2579, the founder of Zipcrowd, which was an old Minecraft tech server like SciCraft, was one of the tech players who came up with this bedrock breaking technique. This is using a method of block breaking that still exists, however, in a much older form. In essence, headless pistons are essentially using the two parts of a piston to create a retracting piston head that will leave behind air, but tricking the piston head to being within another block, resulting in a block being broken. The way this has been done has changed over the years, and we have used that method to remove the end portal frame that we placed here so that we can make a proper end portal frame display. So here we have the description of what it is and a quote from a previous video from one of you guys. Yeah, only took one TNT and made by Snippy Chicken 22. Anyways, I'm gonna have an end portal display in the floor here. We're gonna dig it out and make like a mock stronghold room under here, and then overlay the top with glass so you can look down and see it in action. Alright guys, so I've built up this like semi-mock stronghold here that we're gonna have some glass on top of so we can walk over it and admire. But I want to show you guys how to build these things so they actually work. So you actually have to be facing inwards when you place all of them, because these are do have special orientations. So like this, this, and this. That's. And then when you filled in the eyes of Ender, it would actually work. But see, this, my friends, is what Unobtained is all about, honestly. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I don't actually have glass on me right now, but we can finish this stuff. I got myself a stone shovel. All right, guys. So now that this display here is somewhat done, I would also like to add these as a block. You can see. So we're gonna have one oriented this way, and then one oriented this way. Nice. Ah, that looks so good. I like it. All right, guys. So we've done it. I've made like a very much of a mock of a end portal room. Of course, we need the eyes to fill it up. Eventually, we'll do that. But I thought the lava added some sort of ambiance to it. And of course, the glass isn't the greatest, but you can still see through it, and you still get the idea. I feel like this is something you'd find in a museum. Welcome to 12W07A. That's right, guys. We're here, and we have the Anvil file format. So while I go ahead and get some glowstone and some materials, I'm going to go ahead and explain the Anvil file format, because it is a very major step in Minecraft's development, which is something I didn't touch on in previous Unobtained series, but I'd love to touch on in this one. The Anvil file format is just a different way of storing files for the Minecraft game. It was implemented in 12W07A, and the main changes from MC Readin to Anvil are as follows. The maximum build height was increased from 128 to 256. Empty sections of the world are not loaded into memory or saved to disk. The maximum block ID has been increased to 4096, and it was 256. Biomes are saved per X and Z column rather than being calculated on the fly, which means they can be altered by tools. This is useful for map makers. It also prevents bugs where features don't match the biome after changing the terrain algorithm, known as biome shifting. This is something very important for our world, as now we get the biomes that we see for the rest of our world. So as you guys saw from that time lapse, I actually worked on a storage room here. And yeah, we're now in Anvil file format, and I kind of planned it to where the seed would have jungle here, so you can see the grass is a lot greener. That's really cool in my opinion. Hopefully, it didn't exactly line up how I wanted it to. If we go up here, you'll see most of it is just regular forest, unfortunately. But it's still pretty green. It's not like the green on the mountain is actually jungle green. As you can see, the jungle green just stands out so much more. Alright, so I actually do have to move all the stuff from in this room up to our storage area. Yeah, we got all this stuff here too. So the anvils, when they start becoming a thing, are going to be really interesting as well. But yeah, I actually wanted to start a new project, but it requires that we need to find a village. Alright guys, I didn't want to actually include this, but it was really interesting. I wanted to check where villages were in my world here. And so yeah, I thought this was normal, but if we go to 1.0, let me change it. Okay, so here's what 1.0 looks like. And so this is where the museum is. So if you can kind of, or sorry, this is where we're living right now. You know, this is like the lakes coming in, and we're probably like right here's the ravine, I'd say. And then the museum is right over here-ish, I'd say. And then there's that swamp and the taiga across the water there. But now if we go to 1.2, you can see that our spawn moves to this side of the museum. So the museum is actually over here now, so it's not at spawn, which sucks, but that's okay. But yeah, we have a huge jungle biome here where the taiga was, so it's going to be a really interesting looking taiga biome. But yeah, as you can see, I kind of confused the spawn with 0, 0. We do have a little bit of jungle here, but it's mainly forest and beach and ocean. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but that's okay. Yeah, we can make this whole area here work. Now, unfortunately, there is no village nearby. However, I was thinking we could build a village project here at the Mushroom Island. So we are going to have to transport some villagers from here to here. Yeah, so I actually thought the village wasn't generating, but it is. Our our portal just was way off, or the coordinates that I thought it was way off. But yeah, here is one of the original villages, and you can see we got some bugs going on. Yeah, so I actually forgot to talk about one of the unobtainables in this version that we're in. No caves really generate, so all of the stuff below us isn't gonna have caves, which is actually really nice. So we can do some really good mob farming over by this village eventually. Is there any villagers? Yeah, I remembered that we actually have villager spawn eggs, so I don't know why I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to transport villagers. But yeah, here is the village. It's looking pretty bad, to be honest. So villagers are actually a huge avenue for unobtainables, and that's why I wanted to dedicate an entire island to them. Slim Jim would be proud. He knows what I mean. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to actually end the episode here. I appreciate all of you for staying this long, and if you feel like you want to support the channel or do something like that, just go ahead and leave a like, or maybe leave a comment, leave me a suggestion, as suggestions I think are the best things for the channel because I can learn from them. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.